The 8th world champion, Mikhail Tal, was the fiercest attacking player ever to hold the title. As a young and irresistible force, he won the Soviet championship in 1957 and 1958. Following victories at the 1958 Interzonal Tournament and the 1959 Candidates Tournament, he became the then youngest world champion in 1960. Bad health and a dominant Mikhail Botvinnik would lead to his loss of the crown just a year later. Known as Magician from Riga, many players were inspired by Tal's highly creative and explosive style. Vasily Smyslov, Russian, born March 24, 1921, died March 27, 2010, was a Soviet and Russian chess grandmaster who was the 7th world chess champion from 1957 to 1958. He was a candidate for the World Chess Championship on 8 occasions: 1948, 1950, 1953, 1956, 1959, 1965, 1983, and 1985. Smyslov twice tied for first place at the USSR Chess Championships 1949, 1955, and his total of 17 chess Olympiad medals won is an all-time record. In 5 European team championships, Smyslov won 10 gold medals. Mikhail Tal playing as white vs. Vasily Smyslov playing as black, candidates 1959. Round 8, Zagreb, Yugoslav. The game itself shows Smyslov playing uncharacteristically sharply on the black side of a Caro-Kann. Tal soon offers a piece sacrifice, creating dangerous threats. When Smyslov misses Tal's spectacular 19th move, it's all over. Of course, Tal begins with e4. The Caro-Kann defense. This opening has become incredibly famous lately, mostly because of YouTubers like Gothamkus, Aka, Levi Rossman. It is considered one of the most solid and safe replies against e4. Tal goes for a very interesting choice, the Breyer variation. Today online, it's being played only 3% of the time. In the Caro-Kann, d5 is always played on the second move. Now allowing black to trade queens after d take e4. Smyslov takes the center. A slight inaccuracy because it allows d4, opening up the center, which is favorable for white. We get some exchanges of the central pawns. While it's true white lost a tempo by moving the d-pawn twice in the opening, and all central pawns are now exchanged, white enjoys a significant lead in development. Pretty much Smyslov's only option. All the other pieces are stuck, and the f8 bishop has to guard g7. Tal continues with his development, gets ready for long castling, and puts some pressure on the f6 knight, supporting the knight, but it has a drawback, which we see in the variation below. Inaccuracy. Knight d6 check was best. Smyslov castles 2. Not bad, but it doesn't have the same effect as one move ago, because black doesn't have to take it, because he's not in check. A flexible move, bringing the queen into the game and attacking the a2 pawn. Tal defends his a2 pawn while developing. Now there's also a bit of pressure on f7. Hitting the bishop and inviting Tal to take f7. Inaccuracy. Bishop take f7 check was best. Retreating, but still keeping pressure on the a2 pawn. Instead of retreating his bishop, Tal places his knight on an active square, while gaining tempo by hitting the bishop. The only way for Smyslov to save his bishop. Tal sacrifices a piece to stir up serious kingside threats. It's this daring style that makes analyzing Tal's games so enjoyable. Smyslov grabs the free piece. There isn't anything better for him than to be up material and hope to survive the onslaught. Tal keeps attacking. He's now threatening mate in 1. Smyslov defends the g7 checkmate threat and returns the piece. It's a nice defensive move, signaling an intent to play for the win. It's no surprise he's aiming for more than a draw, especially considering he actually beat Tal in the tournament's first round. The best move. Tal temporarily delays taking the knight. Grabbing a free pawn and getting some counterattack on Tal's king. He's threatening mate in 1 now. Freeing up the d2 square for the king and aiming the bishop at black's king. Blunder bishop c7 was best, a big blunder. Tal has one winning move here. Try to find it yourself. Sacrificing the queen. The point of this is that the rook is unable to capture the queen because it would leave the d8 bishop undefended, and Tal gets a checkmate. This is the only move black can play if he wants to prolong the game. The point of queen a1 check. Now the king is blocking the rook from infiltrating the back rank. Now Smyslov grabs the queen, but his queen is still hanging. Tal takes the rook with check. Smyslov's queen will get taken on the next move. Being down in exchange may not seem so bad, but Smyslov's pawns are very weak and will not be hard for Tal to win. Both players play a few more moves, but there isn't anything Smyslov can do. The position is hopeless. There goes a pawn. White wins, and so Smyslov resigned here. Tal went on to win the tournament with a very convincing score and then defeated Botvinnik in the 1960 World Championship match and became the 8th world champion.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.